Honorable Men Discord. Let's talk Michael B. Jordan and his amazing run with awards. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So let's get straight into it. I'd love to play the actual videos from these award shows, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. So let me just go into this first still that you see beside me. This is from the NAACP Awards, where Michael B. Jordan received an award for Entertainer of the Year, which was major. Now, as of this recording, he has 5 total awards that he won for 2026. Now, I know you remember the award show, I believe it was the Globe and Globes, where he lost. He was nominated, but he lost. He lost out to the movie about the ping pong player. But I'll be honest with you, when he had lost that, I started to think, I hope this is not going to be a domino effect of losses, because I think many people, along with myself, felt as though he was snubbed, because that movie came out later on in the year, and I just felt like Sinners was out earlier in the year of 2025, and I just felt like that movie hadn't been out long enough to garner that much praise for it to win. Now, I did not see that movie, but that was then, this is now. 2026, at the time of this recording, he has 5 total awards. Yes, you heard me right. Michael B. Jordan has 5 total awards. And let me just start with the first one. So he received one in January from Palm Springs International Film Festival, and he received that. It was a Icon Award. All right, so that was the first one he got, which is major, to get an Icon Award. All right. The second one he received was also, the second one he received was in February, and that was the African American Film Critics, where he received 2 awards. All right. One of which was for Best Actor. All right. Then most recently, this one right here, the NAACP Award in February, he got one for Best Actor as well. And then lastly, he received one from the Screen Actors Guild, which they changed the name of that award show. But nevertheless, it was from SAG. He received one for Outstanding Male Actor in a Leading Role, Sinners. Right? So I just want to applaud him. I want to applaud the cast of Sinners. I want to applaud the director for just putting together a phenomenal film. I thought when I saw it, I thought Ryan Coogler did an amazing job, and his career also is stellar. So, shout out to Ryan Coogler. And when I saw the film, I immediately said to myself, after seeing the film, I said, yeah, he should win something for this. He should absolutely win something for this, along with the cast, an amazing cast. Delroy Lindo, an amazing actor. I remember him from the Malcolm X movie with Denzel Washington, and he was phenomenal in that film also. So it's just great to see these guys receiving the acknowledgement for their hard work on camera, and for the preparation off camera, because remembering lines and conveying the emotions that they convey on camera is not an easy thing to do. You have to really embody the script, and a lot of people may think that it's easy work and, I want to be an actor. It's not that simple. I remember years ago I went and I went out for an audition. Not that I wanted to be an actor, but it came across, the opportunity presented itself, and I went, and I had to remember a few lines. And for me, I said to myself right then and there, I was like, hats off to people that do this full time. It is not easy to not only remember a line, but then you have to make the lines believable. So yes, shout out to Michael B. Jordan. But let me just get into this right here. This is from the speech that he gave. All right. This is from the the speech he gave during the SAG Award. All right, which again, that was the final one that he racked up for, right? And unfortunately, I can't play this video because for reasons of copyright, but it was an amazing speech because he thanked his mom, and he went as far back as mentioning the fact that, you know, in their travels to different auditions and the struggles for having to pay for tolls and look for parking, it, you know, very well said, very down to earth. It was a humbling speech, and I think it's something that many could watch. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you look it up and watch that speech. And what I like most about this particular speech, not just this speech, but the speech also from the NAACP Awards, is that he encourages people to just listen. Don't think that because you see him in front of the camera accepting an award that you're out of reach from being in a position like that also. Just apply yourself, believe in yourself, stay consistent, and you too may one day be acknowledged for your efforts. And I like seeing that because sometimes entertainers, they get these breaks, they become successful, and they don't necessarily remember or choose not to reach out to those behind them and encourage those people behind them to keep pushing. And, you know, he's a proud New Jersey native, and he spoke to those that may look up to him from New Jersey, but I know it resonates far beyond those that live in New Jersey. But, you know, he encouraged those that look up to him that, listen, you may see me on this stage, but you too can be on the stage if you just believe in yourself and just keep grinding and work hard. And I could appreciate him saying something like that. One takeaway from all of this is, I say to myself, for those of you watching this episode, it's amazing how someone who seems to be well grounded, who's raised right in an old fashioned sense, you know, both parents in the home. It's amazing to think that Lori Harvey decided to leave him. And I know you might be saying, well, how did she come into this episode? I'm only bringing that up to say, even with his success in terms of relationships, nothing is perfect. All right, because you would think someone like him, you know, wouldn't have, you know, relationship woes, but it just goes to show it just doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter what you accomplish. You can have relationship woes, even Michael B. Jordan. But most importantly, he didn't waver because of not being able to maintain that relationship. He still stayed focused. So I think the takeaway from this is, not to bash Lori Harvey, by the way, but the takeaway from this is the dedication and the focus. No distractions. Yes, you know, life is going to have hurdles no matter where you are in life. All right. No matter where you are in life, it's going to have ups and downs. It's going to have hurdles, but stay focused on what you love and what makes your heart tick, you know. And Michael B. Jordan is extremely focused. And another takeaway from all of this is not just about getting the awards, it's who you align yourself with. Because Michael B. Jordan, my first film with Michael B. Jordan was Fruitvale Station. And at that time, he was relatively new. I didn't know who he was. Outside of that, I'm pretty sure I think he started doing modeling as a young boy. But Fruitvale Station, which I believe was also a Ryan Coogler directed film, Fruitvale Station was based on a true event that took place. And when I saw that, I was like, wow. It was a hard thing to watch because I knew it was based on a true story. But he's been grinding since then, and I thought he did a good job in Fruitvale Station. Then come to find out, he was also in The Wire, which was one of my favorite series from years ago. And since then, he stayed at it. He stayed at it. And look at where he is now. Sky's the limit, you know. This is him after doing Creed, after doing Black Panther, you know, and now Sinners. And it's important to surround yourself. It's not just about believing in yourself, but also putting yourself in circles where you're with people that are passionate about the craft and are. It's like you're working in tandem. You guys are pushing each other. You're challenging each other. And to me, as an outsider looking at this, all of this success for him, it's important to, even if you come from a single family home, it's important to be in an environment where it's positivity and support. Okay. And then as you go out there into the world, trying to explore your talent, you want to be surrounded by people with like minds, because one thing that he didn't mention in the speech, as he was trying to encourage those, particularly those from New Jersey, is that you have to have a solid foundation of support, because you could have all the passion in the world, but if you surround yourself with people that are looking to just drain you of your energy or looking to exploit you, and they really don't want you to succeed in the first place, but they make it seem like they want to see you succeed, you don't need those people by your side. And because of his foundation, I want to give credit to his mother and father. Because of his foundation, I think that's how he was able to navigate through the ups and downs, the ups and downs of relationships, the ups and downs of not always winning. Because he also was in a Fantastic Four film, which didn't do well, but he didn't stop there. So from that Fantastic Four film that didn't resonate with the audience to being in Black Panther, he just kept grinding. He kept grinding. His career, what we're seeing in real time, is about grinding, staying focused, and not letting the world or outside noise stop you from the path that you're destined to go on. And again, that's all I have to say to this. I would have loved to play actual audio from these 2 award shows, but I don't want the copyright strikes. So I just wanted to make this episode about Michael B. Jordan and saluting him. And let's go with the Oscars. Oscars is coming up March 15th. It's on a Sunday. And I think it's safe to say Michael B. Jordan, the entire cast of Sinners, Ryan Coogler, Delroy Lindo, they're beyond stoked for the Oscars, and I hope he gets his Oscar. I hope the staff, the whole entire crew, get an Oscar on March 15th, but that's yet to be seen. But that's all I have on this. What's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on his speech? If you saw the speech, what's your thought on what's your takeaway from witnessing Michael B. Jordan's career? That's what I'd like to hear from you all about. What's your takeaway from his career, and just how far do you think he can go in his career? Because I think it's very, very early in his career, and I think he's still relatively young, and I think there's much more that he's going to be doing, and I wish him all the best. But as always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, on your way out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, stay honorable.